Yo.
It's time to drop. It's time for the Team Up show match here at the Club Open for PUBG Mobile in beautiful Berlin. We've got celebrities, we've got pros, and we have fans from the crowd out here playing their hearts out for us to enjoy. And I gotta be honest, I was excited to see the differences in skill levels a little bit there, Froz, as they got set up. It looked like alanwalker had the full claw going on as he played.
Yeah, it looks like he knows what he's doing, but I mean, that comes down to everyone more or less, right?
Yeah.
Everyone looked very comfortable in the couches here as well, and well, we dropped in on Sanok.
Yeah, coming into the boot camp, you see Athena' crew getting dropped in there. You know, it's going to be a good one. We talked to Giannis's friends that they brought with him, and they said he's an MVP. He's an NBA MVP. He's going to want to be the MVP in everything that he does. So look for a lot of these folks to come out here and play their hearts out, to leave it on the field, and it should be pretty good. Let's start out right away over here, and let's see, what do we got?
I have no idea. Are we Camp Alpha, Bravo, Charlie? Looks like, who do we have here? It's Team Walker, alanwalker versus Team P.
I mean, the important thing is we get a chance to look at alanwalker as he gets ready to go. He played a set earlier today, absolutely awesome, in-game music and skins, and it looks like he knows what he's doing. He's got those two fingers up on the top. Remember, you can relocate those fire buttons if you're playing at home. You can put them up towards the top like the pros do, hit them with that index finger, and give yourself even more spray control. So to see Alan doing that means this guy knows what's going on, and I'd be worried about fighting him.
I mean, you saw how he was peeking on the ramp itself as well. It looks like at least he got good company. I'm not sure which of them, all of the three walkers, are the real alanwalker.
I think that's the reality is we don't know, but they're going to go head-to-head. PB4 is out. A nice play. Strabala coming from the outside. He's got a good peak set up, wearing that clownfish costume and the tier 2 helmet. I think that helmet's going to be super clutch as they get in this close-range combat.
Look, we only got 10 teams. Why do they need to fight right now? The first circle haven't even closed in yet.
You know what? That's what you want to do. Get in, get some fights, put some points there on the board.
Another one down.
But we're not playing for placement. We're not playing for the, you're not playing for points this time around. We're playing for the chicken dinner.
Oh, yeah.
And alanwalker seems to know that. He's going to go ahead and look for the breach here as he bobs to the left, gets the kill, and nicely executed.
All right, that's one team out, 9 more to go.
9 more to go, yeah. Remember, only 10 dropped. It looks like alanwalker and his team have the pole position over here at Camp Bravo. Athena not in a bad spot either. They're gonna be working sort of out of that camp area. They're inside, but up towards the top of the map, Hatin has 2 teams near it, 3 teams, I think, and they're all gonna kind of avoid each other and make the transition. So it might be a little bit slow here. Only 10 teams on the drop. Everyone's gonna make their way towards the middle and try to secure their spot, but that's good news for our celebrities as they play, right? That gives them time to adjust.
Exactly, there's so much space to work on. Don't stress it, take your time, and hey, don't fight yet. Make sure you get the loot you want to play with. I mean, plenty of time to loot and go with whatever equipment you like to go with, whatever weapon setup.
Absolutely, the Chipu squad moving across the bridge right now. They decided to take a far more open transition than the other teams around them. That'll let them get to the middle a lot faster. We'll check in with Athena's team over at the boot camp as they looks like Athena is ready to go. And we've been in that spot, right, Froz? We're yelling, get over here, get in the car, and the rest of your team is saying, we just don't want to drive with you?
No. That's not how it goes. The only thing is the others are like, hey, hold on, I'm just gonna loot this one more building and then I'm ready.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, let's go.
Absolutely, we call that being a loot goblin, right? You go out there, you're trying to get all the good stuff. You want to make sure you're well equipped, but honestly, getting to the middle is going to be very, very valuable in this match. Those crossroads, the hill above Bon is going to be a big deal for whoever can get there first. So look for those rotations. We got, looks like India moving up the hill again on foot. Not a lot of trouble. Nobody around there as they transition from Painan down towards Quarry. We've got a couple of other teams. Kazu, for instance, dropped by the docks, my favorite spot. They've got a long way to go as well.
This is interesting, though. Interesting choice here. Tommy gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't go with that right now.
You may have heard the famous adage in gaming, pray and spray, and nothing does that quite like the Tommy gun. Sometimes you can close your eyes and just let the bullets rip.
Have you tried that?
Of course. I mean, we've all been beginners in games before. Sometimes a submachine gun is your best bet.
All right, looking over Team Nero here, and they're a little bit far outside the circle, but hey, they're all alone over there, so...
You know, but this is going to come back to bite them. They're rotating late. They're all the way down on the southwest side. They have to move not only across the entire island, they have to cross the water by Painan. They need to hope Team India moves very quickly and gets out of position. Get a little check there on Alan.
Look, okay, I'm going to be honest. Looking at it, the more experienced teams, they are in the center of the circle. They know, hey, we want to be ready for the next circle. We don't want to be playing on the edge. We see a lot of the other teams, they're right now on the edge trying to like figure out where do we want to go? What do we do here?
You know, there's a struggle sometimes. We know in PUBG, being the IGL and making those calls can be tough. And sometimes there's that hierarchy of like, oh man, I'm playing with somebody who's a pro versus like I'm playing with, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Being the pro in the room and being Giannis, it's like who makes the calls? Both of them are probably waiting for the other person to make that decision necessarily because, you know, you have that respect for their position. Does that interfere with rotations?
Look, being a pro or not, if I was sitting on a couch next to someone like Alan Walker or Giannis, I would be afraid. I don't want to screw that up.
I would be scared of Giannis too. See how big his sneakers were bigger than Frankie. Seriously, and very cool sneakers, by the way. All right, let's check out rotations. Look like Alan Walker's team is made to a nice middle spot. Athena not far behind. Chipu trying to come in over by Paradise Resort. Levino also making their transitions. Kazu coming up from the dock should be moving out there relatively soon, and we'll check in with Pavita Pierce's crew as they have crossed the river coming out of Camp Charlie, and they're doing a good job of scouting around the cave before they move up past the quarry. The problem is India, not far north of them, may end up being the first fight we see in this match.
So Giannis is actually playing with Vincent, as we could see there in the picture-in-picture, and it's nice to see what they're doing. Looks like most of them are just chilling. They're like
I wish I had that level of chill that Vincent has when he plays. He like literally leaning on one elbow. Man, I'm playing with the NBA MVP. Doesn't like I'm just cool. It is what it is. That guy's got ice in his veins.
All right. There is a drop on the east side there, and it looks like someone might be going for it. Maybe not.
Yeah, I mean, it would surprise me if you see anybody mount up and go for it. But again, you got to think strategy. With only 10 teams dropping, there's not a lot of people out there on the map. 35 people alive. You can head over, probably get the loot. Not a big deal. Chances of getting caught out in the competitive matches, high. But here, probably not so much.
Are you saying it's free loot over there?
It is. So here's the thing. If you get, like, Tier 3 vests in general in matches like this are huge. Because, I'll be honest, the pray and spray is going to be real. And if you've got some Tier 3 gear on, it means that you get to survive sort of those initial shots where the bullets make sense, and then after that you sort of have the dominance of the end of the spray.
Let's be honest, you're not going to survive if you don't hit your shots though.
I never hit my shots. That's my special superpower. It's just like yours is flipping cars.
Hey, everybody got to have something, right?
I'll say you should watch us in duos. It's a comedy of errors. Uphill, Pavita Pierce and the rest of the team making their push. They're getting very close to Nero's squad, though. This could break out. Yep.
Oh,
Nero sees him. That's the first one down. Pavita gets a drop. What a spray. Holy cow.
Gets one down.
All right, so that's the first down. Pavita's got to rally. The team's got to figure out which way to go from here. Nero's got a good angle here with the Tier 3 spray. They don't all have individual names. I'm going to guess that is our pro playing there because that was an incredible spray.
That was an incredible spray for sure. Now look at it. They are grouping up though. They try to move as a unit here. I'm not sure that's the best way you want to do it. You might want to spread it out a little bit, but hey, if this works, it works.
That's the thing about Sandhawk. You want to, nice spray again. Pavita Pierce with a return there on Nero. Ducks behind the rock and gets a good solid peek. Look at the mastery of the peek coming out of Pavita.
That's some really good peeking there, not gonna lie. Leaning and everything.
I mean, it takes practice to get to that point. Like when I see superstars playing and they do that, it's always incredible to me. Pavita with a good spray, turns around. Oh no, what are you doing? Standing there checking.
Oh no, there were two, no.
Oh no, there's no grass. There's no grass.
Oh, barely made it back, but did get knocked, but should be on safe res.
Well, that was epic.
Or maybe not, you're in the open still.
Oh my gosh, what a match. I mean, it's only one kill to the books, but lots of knocks in the fight. Has been absolutely on fire for Pavita up here on the high ground. Nero had the first shot. Remember, they had the advantage on the open.
And they did get one knock, but after that, I mean, they're just running in the open right now.
High ground is so important, having those scopes at this range on Sandhawk. The problem is, the longer this match lasts, they're both on the edge of the circle, Froz. They need to disengage and rotate, or they're both going to suffer in the long run.
Look, Pavita got a lot of meds to work it with here, so
holy
I think
cow.
it's going to be a problem for this team.
10-6. Okay, all right, I see you. I see you with that 5 painkillers. You can go all day.
Oh, at the same time, we have some action going on in the center of the map.
Oh, Athena taking apart Chipu as they just absolutely massacre out of the grass there. Chipu, again, stacked up as a squad, not spreading out. That's going to cost them big time.
You don't want to be in the shack in the middle of nowhere right now.
That is a rough one. Meanwhile, the Nero fight still continues as we watch the push from Athena. Goes to the iron sight and eradicates Chipu.
The weapon swap there.
Yeah, it was hot. 8 teams were down from 10. We're down to 8 as it looks like Nero trying to move away from this one. Pavita Pierce putting in some serious work on the opponents.
Yeah, Team Nero is having a little bit of problem, man. I mean, we saw that the circle centered up, so it's gonna. Both need to work in towards the circle, and right now they need to finish up the fight first.
Absolutely, we got a lot of teams moving towards the middle. Athena still in a good spot. Walker as well. It looks like Sonic actually closing on that spot as well. A lot of teams going to be fighting soon. We check in with India, who's staring down at Athena. Here we go. There's Nero as he's still trying to finish this fight with Pavita.
Almost lost his armor as well. It's very low there. He doesn't want to take more damage right now.
Look at this, low and slow, knows to use the grass. Those are the meds you talked about. They have a ton of them right now, so they continue to just play the holdout position. The problem is neither of those teams, again, are inside the circle. So whoever wins this is gonna have a long way to run, and maybe the run has begun.
Wait, are they starting to run, or are they just trying to make a flank?
Could be a nice flank play. I mean, that's what you wanna do, is like, Pavita Pierce is playing this correctly. They're spreading out. They're playing a 2-2, so someone's always there for the reses, and they're looking for the flank play.
Pavita 4 already left, though.
Oh, all right, well. Or you do that. You abandon your team.
You don't want to be a part of the team anymore.
That's fair. That's fair. It happens. You know, sometimes you say, guys, we got to go, and the rest of the team's so bloodthirsty, they just keep shooting, and you got to make the right choice for your team at the time. India in an uphill position here, shooting down on Athena's team. Not much they can do to move up there. The good news is they're all in the middle of the circle, so this can be sort of a slow fight for them, and they can take their time.
Oh, look at this, though. Okay.
Alan Walker putting in the work right now, absolutely taking out GA.
Oh, did you spot him? Yeah. Trying to go for a pre-fire. That was a nice pre-fire, but no one to be found there right now.
So bad news for Giannis and his crew as Alan Walker seems to really be putting the screws to him. I think only one person left alive from the team. Can they come in? Can Sonic get the rescue? Oh no, he's on the flank. I don't know. I don't think Giannis gets out of this one.
Hey, it's not over yet. Giannis. It's not over yet. Look, the revive is coming in as well. They might just get this to work, actually.
Sonic is playing this very, very aggressively. Let's jump over to Athena, who is staring down the barrel right now. We've got India still trying to hold them off.
I mean, it's a little bit of a stale battle going on here. India T1 down right now and flushed away.
Athena with the reload, going for some nice peeks. We've seen a couple of good peeks already. 4 kills on the barrel. Barrel very strong on this map. It's a good close range, medium range weapon, and it seems like Athena knows how to use it.
It's all about knowing how to control that recoil on that barrel. That's a hard power there.
Well, that looked pretty good to me. Nice recoil, shooting at the grass, making sure nobody was waiting, but there's India, gets the shot, takes down the first one. 2 more players from Athena coming up over the hill, and they end up getting the knock in return. Nice pivot, that was a good flick.
Yeah, a lot of trading back and forth here. And, I mean, who's gonna win this fight, though? It's kind of equal, though.
I mean, this is one of those fights where whoever comes out on top here is going to find themselves in a good position, good loot refreshment because of the fight, and probably able to take home the whole championship in terms of the game because of that spot. Wide open map, this is a nice area.
I like how we have like 7 teams left and 6 of them are like fighting each other right now.
Yeah, fighting each other all over the place, right? We got teams fighting on the edge of the circle. We've got Boy Pakora's team has got himself loot crates and an entire north side of the map. Yeah, they literally are just like, let everyone else deal with each other. That's not our job. 21 left alive, 7 teams, as you just said, Froz, as the circles continue to close on Paradise Resort. actually every team is too close to the edge. All of them are going to have to move and try to find a central position.
I mean, but the question is, what do you want to do here? Because around Paradise is not like the most optimal position to play from. Now, you could get into Resort, maybe take a little break, you know, enjoy the spa and everything. You have the pool in the center.
All right, so we got Giannis playing low and slow there as he hopes to survive as the rest of the team moves off around him. Let's jump to Pavita Pierce as they head up the hill. Remember, they were in that fight with Nero for a very long time. Both of the teams seem to have sort of given up on each other and move in their own direction.
Well, they disengage for now, but I think that they're going to be fighting soon again because look at it, they're more or less moving in the same direction towards the new circle here.
Again, Boy Pacor's team is like set for this one. Every time I check in on them, they are just running in the distance, happily waiting. Kazul, he seems to know exactly where I'm pretty sure that's Giannis is, and I don't know if he gets out of this one. This is one of those moments he's gonna have to just go for it, right? This is
doing?
Oh no, this is the finals. This is that moment where you just gotta take the ball and go for it. You gotta try to get the knockout, but a 1v4, I don't know, man. And 23 in the chamber.
Wait, what's going on? They're just looking at each other. Is this collusion going on?
No, I don't think they see it. Remember, they're tabbing the yellow on and off so you get a good feel for where they are inside of the grass. There it is. He got the knock. That's one, but only 9 bullets left in the chamber. What do you do here?
9 bullets.
All
3
headshots.
bullets per person.
3 bullets per person. It's got to be a headshot or it's not going to work. Or you wait it out and you hope they just abandon their buddy and leave.
Well, he doesn't have a armor either.
So he's out of armor. He's got the painkiller running. That should at least be enough to get him up to full. Kazu is going to take some shots down into his direction. His entire team is discussing the options. They're too close to the edge. They know they don't want to stay here that long. That's the only hope, I think, for Giannis.
Look, they literally had the fight just a moments ago. They should know it's only one left. Let's just rush them.
That's what you should know. But there is the fear that, you know, maybe they know who they're up against. Maybe they know this is the 2019 NBA champion. This guy wins in the clutch. You can trust him. He's the one you give the ball to when things are going bad. Maybe he gets the win, right?
Hey, okay, let's take a look at it. He's going for it now. Oh, that's it.
That's it. Well, you win some, you lose some, right?
This time it was a loss.
It was a loss. But a win for Kazu and the boys as they come out with 4 alive and they get a little bit of extra loot. Remember, there was 4 players there. They won't be getting much ammo off the body.
Well, let's be honest, the last person didn't have any ammo.
That's a fair point. No ammo, no meds. So that said, they've got to make the transition. Boy Pacora hasn't used any utilities. They haven't used any heals. They haven't even burnt a bullet yet. So they're going to be in a really good spot, sort of gatekeeping Kazu and his team as they come in. We'll jump over to Nero. Remember, these guys fought with Pavita Pierce. They've been having a running pitched battle for what equates to the last 15 minutes or so. And both of these teams are suffering heavily because of it.
Yeah, they're suffering heavily, but at the same time, hey, it's so much space on the circle. You literally can just go and grab a little bit more loot if you're brave enough to go to a compound because you never know what lurks there.
You never know what looks like. I mean, that's the thing about PUBG. You don't know what's in the grass. Honestly, you don't even know who you're going to squad with sometimes. I think that's the whole fun part here is this idea that sometimes the person on the other side of the avatar could be someone famous. You could be playing with the MVP or an actor or a singer who everyone knows. And you know, they also get to enjoy that sort of moment of no one knowing who they are and just getting to play their own game. I gotta love that. Athena in the middle of the new circle, south of Paradise Resort. They're holding that high ground cliff area that is almost impossible to breach for us.
Well, it's also kind of dangerous though, because if you start taking a fight, someone just might try to third party you from another angle.
Speaking of who might try to third party, Boy Pacor and the team, they're gonna make a nice move around here as they move up towards Paradise Resort. They will have the high ground against Athena's team, who's taken up a defensive position here. I think Boy Pacorn is, I mean, they're just really, and look at this rotation. So Boy Pacorn and the guys are actually going long around the north, so they're avoiding all of this cluster that's happening with India and Pavita Pierce and Nero, who are all pretty much going to have to mix it up.
Well, remember, they came from the north in the first place, so they know, hey, there wasn't anyone there with us. We can just go there. It's totally free.
And they know, they heard the fighting from Kazu as he fought sort of down south of them. So they know they can avoid that as they rotate back up around the north side of Paradise. But the problem is they're going to have to do a little bit of urban warfare as they clear their way south through Paradise Resort if the shift happens there again. So we'll see if somebody else tries to crash in.
Look at India here, though. Spotted Pavita's team across the road, but he needs to get over there as well because the circle is on the other side of that road.
All right, nice. Yeah, he's just camping, waiting, hoping for the best. Pavita Pierce really, I think, in a pretty good spot. They managed to keep 4 alive during that last big exchange period. What? All right, Nero, I see you. That was actually pretty impressive. Like through the grass, just knocks them down, and then Nero makes the smart choice, and they relocate. The shooter immediately slips off to another position. Remember, if you get the knock or you get the kill, relocation is always the first step. Find a better spot for the second shot.
Look, this is a chance for India right now to actually move away from that fight because he heard the shots coming in, he saw the knock. Let's go, let's go.
Let's go, let's go.
Look at him running.
The ultimate battle cry, just got to get out of there, run back towards the blue and ride it like a wave as you make a rotation away from the threats, right? That blue is a little bit slow at this stage, so you can choose to use it as a bit of cover. No one's looking towards it at this stage of the game. They don't expect a full team to be there, so as a solo, riding the blue is often a good option.
I mean, it's hard to spot a solo as well compared to like 4 people running around together. And meanwhile, the fight is still going on here.
Nero with the UMP at that range, 3x spray, UMP at that meter is actually pretty impressive. And Pavita Pierce is learning a lesson.
There's a Mark 14 in the play as well.
Wow.
Kelsey's team.
Yeah, so remember they went over and got those crates early on. It's going to be working for them. That was a huge play by Nero. And now Pavita Pierce down to 1.
Oh.
It looks like that might be the end of them, as that'll be the final skull. 5 teams left on the map, 16 alive. Athena in the new circle, right smack dab in the middle. Kazu about to conflict with Nero as they move in, but really, again, Boy Pacorn in such a good spot up north in Paradise Resort. I don't see them having anything to fight until the final 3.
I mean, yeah, you don't need to move out of there, but hey, look at this. Idol finds Kazu free.
That spray was hopeful. It was a hopeful spray. A spray and a prayer. You gotta love those. But that's what you have to do right now is sort of let everyone know where you are. Hopefully they push away from you instead of at you. Kazu watching from a distance. They hear the guns going off, and Nero pushing right up on us. Athena had the switched guns, and Athena takes him down.
Where's the rest?
Athena off to the right side, sees Nero. Nice spray, good control to the right and the left of the tree. There was no safe spot. Team Athena is on fire, and he is leading the charge.
And their team is out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that takes it down to 4 with 12 left alive. Our team India is still alive. They've got 1 crawling around. It looks like Boy Pacorn has chosen to get a little bit active here as they head south from Paradise Resort.
Oh my God, look at this. All 3 teams are gonna be clashing now.
And now for the first time, Boy Pacorn is tested. Kazu puts in some work, and he's got 1. Is he gonna get a second? Drops back behind the hill, manages to survive. And I think they've learned a very strong lesson. Kazu now in the pole position as they're running from the outside. Preps a grenade, but takes fire from Lou Venue. Will it be enough for Leo? I don't know, man. That grenade, if thrown correctly, could cause them a lot of trouble, but they decide just back off and not take the risk.
Kazu got most map to play with here. Look at all the other teams there are stuck on the west side.
Athena's crawling up very close to Boy Pacorn. Get the grenade. Here's a cook. Was it right?
Oh.
Ooh, a little bit long, but the damage was good. Boy Pacorn 4 pops up and wants to push, gets the knock on Athena. Now the flank coming out from Leo. Leo sees him, but too late. The jump shot is real, and Athena gets the burn down. Goes back up looking for the res, but the Molotovs are off. The fire is everywhere, and it is a trap. Kazu coming in says that is about all we're letting you have. They don't want to allow this to happen.
India.
Oh, the spoiler! The solo comes back from the grave and costs them big time. 3 teams left, 7 people alive, and what a play by India.
Look at India, still up and running. I mean, he doesn't need to take this fight either. It's probably gonna be Boy Pacorn against Kazu here in the next fight.
Yeah, Boy Pacorn has been absolutely phenomenal so far in this match. However, once the fight broke out, they were in a lot of trouble. Kazu sneaking up, they decide to get engaged, and they get that Car 98 shot. You know, that feels good. And the knock. 5 players left, 2 teams left alive. It is a 4v1 as India, the sole survivor from a running fight that started at the first drop, hopes to make the 1v4 happen.
Look, he needs to find them one by one, making it so he can pick them off. If he goes up against all 4 at once, he's done for. Here they go.
Oh, there he goes. That's the first knock. He spins to the left, tries to get the second, going for 3, but it is not meant to be.